television ratings were right through the roof.
Really?
Folks are engaged.
Well, I
here.
think, though, they're making up their minds, they're weighing it, they're trying to figure it out. But I think for the presidential campaign, they want to know more about what I'm going to do about gas prices, to be blunt.
Talking gas prices and the right controversy, that was Hillary Clinton's interview this week with Fox News' Bill O'Reilly. Her answers were forceful, her tone tough. They were not, however, exactly surprising. We've heard them before in sound bites from the campaign trail. But tonight, just days away from the Indiana and North Carolina primaries, we wanted to look beyond the sound bites and beyond the headlines. We wanted to give you a sense of what led both Senators Clinton and Senator Obama to run for president. Our profile of the Illinois senator in a moment, but first up close with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Rodham Clinton is the oldest child of Dorothy Rodham, a homemaker, and Hugh Rodham, a fabric store owner. Constantly challenged, she was taught to work hard, stick up for herself, and to always compete.
Her mom really did tell her she could do anything she put her mind to. And her dad said, prove it to me. Maybe that's the difference between Dorothy and you. And she constantly did. She constantly proved it.
Do you think she still hears her dad's voice?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hillary Rodham grew up in the 50s in the all-white Chicago suburb of Park Ridge, where almost everyone, her father included, was a staunch Republican.
He was just pretty much expected you'd be a Republican. That was the stronger party.
Hillary was an active young Republican and in her teens became a Goldwater girl, volunteering in support of conservative Barry Goldwater in the 1964 presidential election. But along the way, she had met Methodist youth minister Don Jones, who urged young adults to look beyond the conventional wisdom of Park Ridge.
No man is free if he fears death.
Even taking them to hear Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. speak in downtown Chicago during Hillary's junior year in high school.
That was huge. And, you know, or this incubator, I guess in a way you would call it, that allowed us to see firsthand so many things that really did change us.
In the fall of 1965, Hillary left Republican Park Ridge and headed east to Massachusetts and the all-girls school, Wellesley College.
Hillary was a very serious student. When I say serious student, I mean serious about her work. I don't mean serious about her personality, because she was very likable and outgoing.
True to her Park Ridge roots, Hillary was president of Wellesley's Young Republicans during her freshman year. But by the late 1960s, Hillary, like so many in her generation, began to question the conventional wisdom of her parents' generation.
Intellectually, she was quite interested in what I would describe as progressive change within our society, towards a more egalitarian society.
In the summer of '68, she snagged an internship with the House Republican Conference under then-minority leader Gerald Ford, and attended the Republican National Convention in Miami.
The voting on the convention floor went according to the Nixon plan,
where the party adopted the infamous Southern strategy, exploiting racial tensions to win white voters.
The experience there pushed her away from the Republican Party. One would have to guess, if the Republican Party had moved to the right at that time, whether she might have stayed as a Republican.
In the spring of '69, Hillary Rodham became the first student in Wellesley College history to speak at commencement. Her fiery speech on the struggles facing the country branded her a trailblazer.
It seemed to me it was much more of an example of what one might call the new woman that was emerging in the 1960s.
In the fall of 1969, she headed to Yale Law School, where she was one of just 27 women in a class of 235 students.
She always wanted to be a doctor, but discovered she couldn't stand the sight of blood, so I guess being a lawyer was the next best thing.
At Yale, she focused on issues concerning children's rights, and in 1971 found another interest, fellow Yale Law student Bill Clinton.
He was great. He fit right in. He was lots of fun. My mother said to Hillary, "Don't let this one get away. He makes you laugh."
After graduating in 1973, Bill asked for Hillary's hand in marriage, but she declined.
I don't think she figured she'd get married that young, and I'm sure she thought she'd stay out east.
Bill left for Arkansas while Hillary stayed in Massachusetts to be an attorney for the Children's Defense Fund. At just 26 years old, she joined 44 other attorneys in Nixon's impeachment inquiry. But after Nixon resigned, she left D.C. for Arkansas to be with Bill. Did it surprise you when she decided, rather than to become a trial lawyer in Washington, to go to Arkansas?
Oh, yeah. But when she called me to say she was going to go to Arkansas to see if this is really going to work, I remember thinking, Arkansas, exactly where is it? It's one of those A states somewhere
You were
out
sure
there.
where it was.
No.
On October 11, 1975, the couple exchanged vows in a small ceremony in their living room.
I think she was kind of amazed that it was actually happening.
When Bill was elected governor of Arkansas in 1978, Hillary became the First Lady of the state to continue working as a lawyer at Rose Law Firm. And in 1979, she was named partner. A year later, Hillary reached a personal milestone when she gave birth to their daughter, Chelsea Victoria.
I think what she decided was the best identity she had was Chelsea's mom.
Even with motherhood, Hillary's career continued to rise. And in 1991, she was named one of the 100 most influential U.S. lawyers by the National Law Journal. But her husband's career would eventually take precedent, thrusting Hillary into what would become a long yet turbulent journey in the world of politics. A fascinating road she has taken. Up next, up close with Clinton challenger Barack Obama in the making of a presidential candidate. And later, race and education. Is there a difference in learning between blacks and whites? That's what Reverend Wright suggested earlier this week. We're keeping them honest.